exhale, let the lips loose, let it go. Lower the chin slightly, let the lips go. Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Full Moon with UMI. The topic of today's video is all about healing. So today I'd like to bring on our guest. Okay, let me get my life together. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So she is one of like the biggest spiritual inspirations within like my friend circle. I feel like she's so elevated and such a healer, and so I thought it would be perfect to bring her on for this week / this month's topic. So would you like to introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yes, blessings all. I am a healer in my community, a yoga instructor, and also a mommy to be.
Yes.
All in all, I'm just love to empower and encourage everyone around me. So I'm just a light in this life, I feel like.
Truly. That's beautiful. That's actually a perfect segue into our first question. So I wanted to ask you, what does spirituality mean to you? Like, how would you define spirituality? Where did your spiritual journey begin, and how did you get to where you are now?
For me, plain and simple, spirituality is the journey inward. So, excuse my broken nail, people. So yeah, the spiritual journey is just the journey in and being aware that you are already on a spiritual path. There was no beginning and no end. You just always was. It really is just about, are you aware of it? So again, just going into a little bit more depth, when people ask, how do I start my spiritual journey? I'm like, what you mean to ask is, how do I become aware of the spiritual path that I'm on? How do I live in it? Like, what's the tools? How are you doing this? So that's, in my simplest words, just spirituality to me. And how, if you want to say, when I became aware of my journey, that was when I believe when you kind of hit a certain place in your life, at that point it's like you either go in this direction or that direction, so you choose one and you commit to it.
Truly. And so kind of adding on to that, I feel like a part of better understanding yourself comes with healing, and healing your past and healing traumas, whether in this life or in a past life. So what does healing mean to you? And as a healer yourself, how is self-healing tied to enhancing your spirituality and enhancing self-awareness?
So
it's a lot of questions. You can take it one at a time. We'll start with, what is healing to you?
So healing to me is really the power to, it's emotional intelligence, what I spoke to you of earlier. That self-healing just comes with emotional intelligence. And I think when, in this life, you want to know how to have control over your emotions, your actions, and I think it's so easy to when we get in the tension, we lose all control, and losing control of your mind, who you are, is in a way insanity. So you need to know how to self-heal, and knowing that you're doing that by, one, just acknowledging it, and then two, again, that committing to it.
That's so true. So I wanted to talk about Pranayama Mama, and I wanted you to share about what kind of healing services, healing help, knowledge you offer there. What is Pranayama Mama to the viewers? How can we get connected?
Gotcha. So for the way I use my gifts and what I meant when I said I'm just a healer in my community and focus on all around wellness, that's where I share just, again, tools to heal yourself, getting to know yourself, talking about mindfulness in, like I was saying, lifestyle, so travel, and it's still growing because I just started it, so, but this is all the things that it already is and will expand to. So also doing more podcasts. I'm gonna develop, in the process of just developing all of that. So it's just an expansive place to grow. It's an expansive place to heal and also just connect with me as well.
That's beautiful.
Again, I'll just pronounce it for everyone. Pranayama Mama. So pranayama is Sanskrit word for just life force, life energy, and breath. Yama are the 5 restraints within the Eightfold Path. So that's also something that's just kind of like, you have the 10 Commandments. Those are like the yamas, so the restraints. And that just represents for me in Pranayama Mama control. So having that control, that self-control, and that wisdom. Because when you think of mama, I'm not necessarily, I know I am a mama, but my intention was, with mama was really just, everybody has that inner wisdom within them. Or the divine feminine, or, just in those different dynamics, just with that one word. So Pranayama Mama. It's again stemming around emotional intelligence. I think that's really something that's a part of the spiritual journey, if you want to say. I don't know how to do that. That's funny. Spirituality is really a lifestyle. It's really coming into who you are, being authentic.
So one beautiful thing Dey offers on Pranayama Mama is essential oil healing, and she's actually making me a specialized blend right now. So I wanted to actually ask, what is essential oils? How are those beneficial?
So essential oils, they're like the holy grail to my life. They're like plants in a bottle, extracted plants in a bottle, and often known to be even more powerful than a plant itself because of the process that it's going through. It's going through, I believe, distillation or getting cold pressed. So these oils are super powerful. They're plants. They're medicine for literally mind, body, and soul. So plants can be super powerful, and that's my way of getting in my dose of plants every day.
So if somebody would want a specialized blend, could you kind of let people know what type of blends you offer and how we could get some of these blends if you're interested?
So most of the time, there's 1 or 2 ways that I like to offer it. You can tell me what you're experiencing, like maybe if it's doubt or maybe anxiety or headaches or allergies, literally anything of that such. I can offer a blend to you and kind of just make something, or you can look through my oils and see what I have, and you can tell me 1 to 3 oils that you really like, and you can just tell me what to make, or just suggest the oil, and then I'll put that one in and mix it with some other ones. So it's just some ways to go about it. I love to let people have their freedom with that too, and I love when people give me the freedom to choose for them. So
that's perfect, because she just created a headache blend, and she was using the Jenna who's behind the camera, and it's just so cool to see how, like, she's talking about how she could feel it tingling on her head, and like I also put on, I think it was a happiness blend, right?
Yes, my happy blend.
Yeah, and that just like
happy.
Elevated my energy. It was so uplifting.
Yes, and I'm super intentional about the names because literally just for example, I was waiting on my Uber and I'm like, okay, you said you was 2 minutes away, now you're saying you're 8 minutes away. And then I was out there longer, long story short, and then she canceled the ride. Wow. So then I was just like I noticed, the sensation in my body. I was getting tense, I was getting irritated, and I'm like, where is this lady? I'm just trying to get to the park. And so I was like, let me pull out my Be Happy blend, and I'm just like, be happy. I needed that in this moment. So they're like little affirmations as well.
That's beautiful. I will leave links below if you're interested in learning more about essential oils. If you just want to DM Dey, hit her up, get some more info, leave that all below. But going on to the next,
yes, I had something to say. Everybody always asks me, so what does it do? And although they do have a job within itself, like I said, some oils can be for allergies, and like some of them have jobs, or all of them have jobs, but they're like crystals. What do you want it to do? You know what I'm saying? What's your intention behind using it? It's the same thing with crystals and whatever other tools and bowls that we use. It's just like that. So what do you want it to do?
another really cool thing that Dey offers is meditation sound healing. And actually, right before we shot this, we had a little session, 30-minute session, and it was like so uplifting. It was like, I was telling her, kind of like that high you get when you smoke weed and you're a little bit high, and you can access that just by breathing and being intentional about your breath. And she really helped me to tap into that part of myself. Yeah, so I'd love for you to share with the people what is sound healing, what are the bowls, how do they work, and then we'll dive into meditation next. We'll start with that.
So sound bowls. Sound bowls are honestly one of my favorite ways of just connecting with the divine, or connecting in my meditations. So what they do is the frequency of the bowls, they all hold a different frequency, and they have the power to tune, I would say vibrationally tune, and also internally shift cells. It's scientifically proven, actually. And they're amazing, and they just send you into another portal. And it really makes you, like, just the frequency, again, the frequency is just so powerful, so powerful. So amazing tools for meditation.
So tagging on to that, another part of our session was meditation. So I'd love to learn more about, when did you begin meditating, and how has meditation helped you to stay grounded and stay present?
So meditation, I'll start off with when I started and how it helped me. So I feel like, okay, I have this really funny story, actually. So I was like maybe around the age of 7, 8, and I used to go to this babysitter, and they were like hardcore Christians. And at the time, that's what I grew up in as well. So I would have categorized myself at that time a Christian. So I was sitting on the porch, and I was meditating like this, and I was like,
So
and she was like, "Don't do that. That's what did she say? Not satanic, but she was like, that's a sin." She was like, "Don't meditate like that. We're not supposed to do that." And ever since then, I just was like, "Oh, okay." And I kind of like never did it again. But I don't think I really like thought anything of it. I was just thinking in my head, no, I wasn't, because I'm a Pisces, and that's just how I am. You can't tell me nothing.
Be like that.
Yeah, I just was like, no, it's not. But, and then just, I think growing up in this time now, also we're just coming to a place which is so beautiful, where we're becoming just more aware of these things. So meditation gives me the chance to kind of sit with myself, acknowledge what's going on just inside. If you don't really take that moment for yourself, you can really be living, what's the word I'm looking for? You can be living, I'm blinking, like on autopilot. So it's like, okay, and some people, and at some point ourselves, we would be out in the world and we would do like really crazy stuff, and we wouldn't really be aware that this is not okay, this is not sane, you know what I'm saying? Again, not having control over like your emotions and your actions and things like that, and having that being connected to that intuition. So when I transitioned to acknowledging I was on this spiritual journey, I'm like, okay, self-awareness, that's everything. That's really the core of it. So that's what meditation has even helped me realize. Like, when you're really sitting down and all you have is literally your mind, and it's
like, who
like,
am I?
And then the tools around us, of course. Tools around have helped my meditation to really even understand what connecting in that sense is, because that's something that, you know, again, I wasn't taught. So
and one thing I loved that you were telling me about is the different ways that you meditate throughout. Like, sometimes, like, I would love you to share, all your different meditations.
So, like some of us, you know, we get kind of bored doing the same thing all the time. So I always tell people, also, everyone has this idea that meditation is just this, you know, sitting here. And it can be so many different things. It can be dancing, which is another form that I like to have my meditations. Sometimes they are silent. Sometimes it's me putting on a certain frequency of music and listening to that. Sometimes I'm cooking, like whatever it is, whatever time by myself, I make sure, okay, I could be meditating in this moment, like just with whatever I'm doing. Also thinking about just, glory being on the way. I'm just like, I won't be alone anymore. There's no time that I'll really be alone. So learning how to meditate even when I'm in the midst of, just action.
Everything, yeah. And then what you shared with me and really helped to open my eyes about is the importance of breath and how you telling me, because people can't see breath, they don't realize how important it is to grounding and self-awareness. So I would love for you to share about your opinions on breathing.
Yes. So going through day to day, we're living off breath, we all know, but our breaths are like it's really short. So then I know when I started practicing the like really breathing into your diaphragm and breath control, you're like, why can't I breathe? That's what I do all the time. But no, you breathe unconsciously. So now that you're conscious of the breath and you're practicing it in a certain way, now you are activating the breath differently and the body differently. And so that's the breath, activating the breath, and you can literally feel sensation of the body becoming light. And in a way, I guess some people like to compare it to being lightheaded, but not the lightheaded where you feel like you're about to pass out, but just light body.
Exactly how I felt after a meditation session. I was like, I haven't felt like just this worry-free, like I just felt very free, that's the right word, and very light. And so, and I think it's because I just haven't taken the time to breathe like that.
It feels good. It really feels great.
And the time flew by. It was 30 minutes. I'm like, next time we gotta get in for like an hour, because when you're just when you're breathing, and there was like kids playing around us, and it was like it was a little bit of a loud area, but once I started breathing, like everything melted away, and
I also told Umi, when you have control over the breath, you have control over everything.
Yes, that was
your mind,
so powerful.
Your mind slowing down, your heart slowing down, and slowing chaos down around you too. The breath can really.
Okay, I was
like, the breath can really. I'm like, okay.
It was cute. Yes, there we go. Your hair was just like having a little dance party.
So if any of our viewers are interested in setting up a sound healing, meditation healing session with you, how can they do so, and what does a session like that look like?
Yes, so I offer 30-minute sessions or 60-minute sessions. You kind of see what you resonate with as far as that. But within that, we are diving into what it is that you are feeling, connecting with whatever emotions that you've been having, and honoring that within the meditation. And then we're doing affirmations, breath work, a lot of everything, physical, mental, and emotional work. I hate to say work, but I guess just again that journey inward that I'm talking about. So I'm just connecting with you in that way, and we're tapping into it. We're really tapping, and we're allowing ourselves to feel. So they can be intense sometimes, depending on, again, how you feel or what you need healing in. So those are my meditation sessions, and I write everything down on like a little guide, so you can take it with you and kind of see what we did in the session. First of all, what time we started and it stopped, so it has all the info on there, and you can just go back to it, and you can say those affirmations again, or whatever it is you needed, or you could compare it and be like, okay, I think it's time for my next one. Session. And also, not only that, but to know also that I know how to create the energy that we created today during the meditation. You can create that on your own. So you can guide yourself as well.
With that paper. Before we went into it, I was like, I've been feeling a lot of stress lately, and I'm also trying to go back into my childhood and kind of reframe my thinking of different things that happened in my childhood.
Subconscious work. We had subconscious work.
And it was just, I just feel like she really pinpointed exactly what I needed healing.
In a child. It was all beautiful.
It was great.
I loved it.
It was fun. And so you could hit her up on Instagram, like Prana Yama. Mama? Would that be the best
Pranayama
way?
Mama. Yep. You can catch me on Pranayama Mama, or again my page at The Liberated Woman, which is also linked to Pranayama Mama. You can find that there too. Follow both pages to contact
Everything
me.
will be below, so you can check it
Yes.
out if you're interested. For our last question, I would love to talk about you entering motherhood and that experience, and sharing any tips, advice that you might have for other women entering into this like really beautiful stage in life.
Yes. So it's been hard.
Yeah.
It's been beautiful. It's been humbling, and it's been a journey. It's been a journey. Wow, so much things come up. So I would say, just for the advice that I do have to new moms entering motherhood, or anyone in general that looks forward to it, to really trust your process. Let yourself feel. Let yourself be. That is really a journey inward, again, because you are not only you, but you're growing another. Your body is just doing got a whole nother system running within it. So really just give yourself time to process whatever you're feeling physically. Surrender to it. Surrender to it. I mean, all of it, physically, mentally, emotionally. Just surrender to it. That's the most important thing. I think we feel like we're losing control of who we are when we are going into motherhood. But no, this is when just all the wisdom flowing through, and really again just to allow yourself to go inward during this time. So
That's beautiful. Wow.
Allow yourself to go inward.
Thank you for sharing all this beautiful information. I hope you all enjoyed learning with us, hearing about all this beautiful new information. Again, if you'd like to stay connected with either of us, all our info is down below. We're sending you infinite love, infinite healing, and gratitude for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you so much.